in this particular chapter, we'll study how to achieve synchronization. First, we'll see why we need synchronization, taking one example which we have already discussed in previous chapter, and then we'll see how to solve a problem called as critical section problem using hardware solution and software solution. So we already know what are processes. So we have some set of instruction. Those set of instruction are called as program. When the program uh, is an execution, means if it is in progress, then we call it as process. So we have two types of process in computer system. One is independent process, another one is cooperative process. Independent process means you can see here, independent process means they don't affect any other process. If you have n number of process running in your system, independent processes are those, the execution of that process will not affect any other process, or any other process cannot affect independent process. Like if you take an example of banking, if you have n number of banks, like n number of types of bank like SBI or IC, different types of banks you have, so they are independent of each other. If you deposit something in syndicate bank, it is irrespective of syndicate bank is not bothered about what you're doing in the SBI bank. So that those all types of banks are called as independent processes. But if you consider one process, that is cooperative process, our topic or chapter is only about cooperative process. Cooperative processes means if you have n number of processes running in your system, all the n number of processes are those processes will be called cooperative only when execution of one process affects another process. Then those processes are called as cooperative process. Usually we have cooperative processes so that we can share information, or you can divide your work among process for modularity, so that you can increase the speed of execution also. When we have this many advantages, we have so many disadvantage also with the cooperative process. This chapter is entirely about when we have advantages, so we use cooperative process in the system. Then we come across some disadvantages with respect to cooperative process. We'll see first what are the disadvantages we can come across. So as I told you, cooperative process are those which get affected by other process, or it may affect other process as well. So in cooperative process, I told they can share information, or they can communicate with other process. When they are communicating with the other process, the communication is basically by sharing their local address, or their code, or maybe sharing files, sharing messages and all. Now there is a word called as sharing. That it could be anything. You can share a variable, you can share some memory space, or you can share some resources or some code segment which is common in processes. If you have two process, there may be a set of code which is common to both the process. That is, they are sharing some code segment. Then those processes are called as cooperative process. Cooperative uh, processes which share some common thing, like it could be a variable, it could be a resource, it could be a core segment itself. Then when they are sharing, what problem could arise here is, to understand this, will see one problem which we have already discussed previously. So this is that is producer consumer problem. So in producer consumer problem, in last class only we discussed what is producer consumer problem. Producer is one who produces and store it in a buffer, circular buffer. Consumer is one consumes the produced item from the buffer. So you forget about all this code which I have already explained. You have to only see this part, that is counter plus plus. Consider there is a variable called as counter, which is shared by two processes called as process and the consumer process. When this variable called as counter is shared among producer and consumer, when both the process try to alter this variable, in producer they are doing counter plus plus, in consumer they are doing counter minus minus. If at all consider in this evaluation they have shown, you consider this counter plus plus is executed in the machine level. It will be executed in this form, that is counter will be assigned to register 1, that is CPU register 1. In the CPU register 1, 1 is incremented, then the resultant value is stored in the counter. This is what the machine level happens when you say counter plus plus. Counter is assigned to register 1 where that value of the register 1 is incremented by 1 and the resultant value is stored again back to counter. If you do counter minus minus also, counter is assigned to register 2, decrement by 1 and the resultant value is stored in counter. When you are performing these two operation in the two cooperative process which shares a common variable called as counter, these number of steps could happen. Okay, so step one is producer may first execute first instruction, that is counter equal to register, register 1 equal to counter. Next, the producer may increment register by 1. Consider when second step is executed, process of producer is preempted. Then consumer process is entered into the CPU, and then counter is counter value is stored in register 2, and register 2 will decrement 1, then it will pre-emit. Next, the producer which was pre-emitted lastly will enter, again it will store register 1 value in counter, and then the last one consumer will do. So when we are doing a execution of cooperative process, the execution steps, if you see here from S0 to S5, they are all mixed up due to interruption and preemption. When they are mixed up, the resultant value achieved at the last, you can see here, counter value is 4, but counter value is initialized. Initially assume we have initialized counter value to 5, they have given wrong here, it's not count, its counter value is 5. When counter value is 5, if you do incrementation it becomes 6. Then when you take the count, still counter value is not updated to 6, only register 1 has 6, so counter value is still 5, that is added to register 2. So in register 2, if you decrement 5 by 1 it will be 4. Register 1 has 6, register 2 has 4. Now register 1 is put into a variable called as counter. So now counter value is changed from 5 to 6. And again if you execute the fifth statement, that is register 2 is equal to counter. I told you initially in the beginning only, counter is a variable which is shared between consumer and producer. It's a single variable shared among producer and consumer. Then when you have a counter variable which is shared, at the fourth step, that is actually fifth step, you are putting 6 into counter, and again in the consumer process executed, counter is overwritten to 4. Correct. But if you see generally, if you take 5, if you do one incrementation it will be 6, and 6 if you do one decrementation it is again 5. Answer should be 5. If you perform these two operation, answer should be, counter value should be 5. But you are getting a wrong answer here due to mixing up of the individual step, that is counter value you are getting at the end as 4, but answer should be 5. You're getting wrong answer. Why? Because we interrupted at the execution of the process, producer and the consumer started, again consumer is interrupted and producer started. So there is a ordering is mixed up and the interruption occurs and the pre-emission is there. So due to that reason you're getting counter value wrong. Instead of 5 you're getting 4. But if you say, if I change these two steps, if I execute S5 first and S4 first, S4 last, then also you will get counter value as 6. So if you interchange these two steps, this counter equal to 6 will come at the last, so counter value will be 6 at the last, but our answer should be 5. Even if you interchange S4 and S5, you will get counter as 6 or 4, but you will not get counter value as 5. Ultimately, we will get answer as 6 or 4, but not 5. That's a wrong answer. Why we are getting this wrong answer is we are into a situation called as race condition. This situation is called as race condition. What is race condition is all about is, I'll show in this slide. Okay, so I gave you a background description about producer consumer, where producer produces, consumer consumes from the buffer. Counter is assumed as 5, and we did plus plus with those register steps. It should be 6. When you do counter minus, it should be 5. But ultimately, we are getting a wrong answer, that is 4. But if we interchange also, we are getting it as 6 but not 5. That situation is called as race condition. What is race condition? In the race condition, several process will be executing simultaneously, means they want to manipulate the shared variable concurrently. So you can see process of the producer and the consumer, they're pre-emitting and they're trying to be in progress by updating the counter value. That situation is called race condition. If you alter the particular steps also, the output that you're depending, that is also changing. That situation we call as race condition, where several process try to access the shared data and try to manipulate the shared data concurrently. If output, if you want to see after manipulation, that depends on in which order you are executing those steps. That situation is called as race condition, and that gives you a data or a output that is inconsistent. Okay, not correct value. To overcome that, you what solution we can take is, only one solution we have is allow only one process to execute at a time, and allow that process to manipulate the shared data. Don't allow producer and consumer both to manipulate at a time. Allow only one to manipulate at a